You will cry tomorrow if you are going to leave my message before its completion. And my child, I am seriously warning you that tomorrow is not an ordinary day. You might have heard that everyone is preparing for tomorrow because many people are claiming that rapture could happen. My child, I cannot tell you the exact truth when it will happen, but I am giving you time and a reason to prepare yourself before that glorious day comes suddenly. My child, listen now with your whole heart. I have called you, and I am speaking to you not to frighten you for its own sake, but to set you free and to bring you home. Tomorrow or 1,000 tomorrows the hour is hidden, but the love I hold for you is not hidden. I give you time because I am patient, and I give you warning because I want you ready, not scared. Hear these words the way a father speaks to a child who is about to travel, with care, with truth, and with the plain directions that keep you safe. First, do not let fear bury your reason. Fear that paralyzes is not from me. Fear that moves you to mend, to pray, to love, to seek mercy, that can be used for good. If your heart leaps when you think of tomorrow, let that leap become action. Fold your hands, open your eyes, and set your house in order. Pray. Say plainly, I need you. I am sorry. Help me. I know every burden you hide. Confess them aloud if you must. Speak to me in your own words. There is nothing too small to bring before me, and nothing you can hide that I do not already hold with mercy. Second, fix your relationships. Love is the sign by which people will know you belong to me. If you are angry with someone, reach out. If you have wronged someone, go and say you are sorry. If someone has hurt you, do not let bitterness live in your home. Bitterness is a thief. It steals peace, joy, and clarity. Forgive even when it is hard. Forgiveness does not mean you erase memory or condone harm. It means you will not carry the poison any longer. Make peace where peace can be made. If you cannot reach someone, pray for them. If you can reach them, do it now. Do not wait for the right mood or the right day. Make the right choice today. Third, live simply and with truth. Remove the things in your life that make you small. Greed, show, the constant chase for applause. Look at what you own and ask if it owns you. Give away what you do not need. Help those who need what you do not. When you give, give quietly. Not for praise, but because giving clears your heart and opens you to joy. Speak truth with gentleness. Do not hide behind clever words to excuse what you know is wrong. Truth spoken with love opens doors. Truth kept in silence closes them. Fourth, be a light for the hurting. There are many who are afraid tonight and do not know where to turn. Look around you. There may be the lonely neighbor, the single mother, the person who lives in the same town but has no one to call. Feed a hungry mouth. Sit down with someone who weeps. Offer shelter to the shaken heart. Small acts of kindness are great in my eyes. They show that you remember the worth of every person. Do not assume the world's timetable of what is urgent. Someone's greatest need might be simply to be seen. Be brave enough to notice. Fifth, do not trade your soul for comfort. Comfort is not always evil, but comfort at the price of your integrity is ruin. If you find yourself speaking with two faces, one for the world and another for your deepest truth, stop and align. Let your spoken life match your hidden life. If you have allowed compromise in small things, repair the cracks. Character is built in the little choices. Choose again and again to stand where goodness stands, even when it feels lonely or small. Sixth, return to the ways of prayer and listening. Speak to me plainly and then be quiet. Listening is a discipline. In the hush of the morning or the stillness of the night, there is a voice that is not your own, a tenderness that comes like rain on dry soil. Learn to listen without the rush of your own thoughts. Read the words that bring life and let them wash you. Let prayer be not a list of wishes, but a steady turning of the heart toward what is true. Trust that I hear you the moment you speak. Seventh, guard your mind. The world will try to drown you in noise, in voices that shout urgency while teaching nothing of love. Do not swallow every fear you hear. Test what you are told by the measure of love and justice. If something drives you to be cruel, greedy, or to despair, reject it. Hold fast to hope. Hope is not passive. It is a posture of the soul that acts and waits. Build habits that strengthen hope. Reading what is good, singing what is true, praying with others, giving when you can. 8th, do not judge those who are different from you with quickness. Mercy is wider than you imagine. Hearts are complicated, and people walk paths you have not seen. Be firm about what is right, but gentle about human brokenness. Reach for the hand in the dark. You cannot fix every life, and you must not pretend you can, but you can be a steady presence. Small, steady lights cut darkness in ways you do not always see. 9th, prepare practically, yes, but do not let preparation become paranoia. Store some bread, learn to help if a neighbor falls ill, know where your important papers are. These are wise things. But do not spend your last days hoarding and hiding. Store love, not just goods. Build courage, not only shelters. The truest readiness is a heart aligned with truth, a clean conscience, and hands ready to serve. 10th, children, teach them with calm. If you have children, tell them you love them more than all your tasks. Calmly say what is true. Children take the tone you give them. Give them confidence, not panic. Hold them. Tell them it is okay to ask questions. Teach them to pray, to say sorry, to say thank you. Show them by your actions how to be brave and kind. They learn more from what you do than from what you say. 11th, do not be proud. Pride hardens the heart and closes ears. If praise comes, let it go through you like wind. If your heart swells, remember from where all breath and talent came. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. Live small before me and large before others. Let gratitude be the ruler of your life. 12th, remember those who suffer. There are those who live where danger feels ordinary, those in war, those in hunger, in prisons of all kinds. Pray for them. Give if you can. Speak up for justice where voices are silenced. Remember that your fate is tied to the fate of the least among you. When you care for them, you show that you belong to a better kingdom than this world often honors. 13th, be quick to admit when you are wrong. Pride whispers excuses. Honesty admits fault. Saying, "I was wrong," changes you. It opens a door to repair and growth. If you are holding anger like a treasure, lay it down. If you are clinging to a hurt because it makes you feel strong, know that true strength is in letting pain become a teacher, not a weapon. 14th, hold no idols. Idols are many: money, approval, revenge, pride, the need to control. Anything you serve more than love becomes an idol. Tear down the small altars you have built in your heart. Free yourself from them. Live open-handedly toward your life. Let your aims be honest and your hunger for truth strong. 15th, if you belong to a community of faith, gather. If you have been distant from your spiritual family, come back. In fellowship you find courage. In shared prayer you find support that quiets the deepest fear. If your community has been part of your hurt, seek healing with someone you trust. Be honest and humble. Communities that love rightly are places where sinners and saints meet and help each other forward. 16th, if you are desperate, remember mercy is nearer than you think. Mercy is not a prize for the worthy. It is the open hand to the weary. Come as you are. Do not tidy your shame in the dark and think you must present a perfect face. Bring the messy, broken parts. There is room for them. My love does not demand a list of accomplishments. It only wants the opening of your heart. 17th, watch for the quiet signs that remind you of what matters. A child's laugh, a bird's song, the prayer of an old person. These are not small. They are windows into the life I have made. Do not let busyness drown the music that keeps your heart sane. Stop and look. Breathe. Find beauty in small things. Beauty is not only in high places, it lives in your hands when you care for another being. 18th, Be generous with stories of grace. When you see mercy in your life, tell it. When someone helps you in a small but real way, speak of it. Stories of goodness build courage in others. People need proof that love works. Your story may be the reason another person decides to believe again. 19th, prepare your heart for joy as well as sorrow. If an hour of great change comes, it will carry both. You may weep for what is leaving and laugh for what is coming. Let both tears and laughter have space. Emotion does not discredit faith. It completes it. Joy that comes from a clean heart is a strong light. Rejoice in small victories. A healed wound, a forgiven debt, a hand extended. 20th, trust that I do not delight in punishment. I do not take pleasure in fear. My anger at injustice is a sign of my love for the oppressed. When I call, it is to bring you into the fullness of life. My ways may seem strange to you. My timing will not match your plans. But my desire is to restore, to reconcile, to bring you into a peace that no danger can take away. 21st, be steady. The storms will come and go. Hold fast to what you know is true. Let your hope be an anchor for others. Do not let the world's loudness make you forget the quieter certainties. Love well, seek justice, be humble, forgive quickly, pray always. These are not empty words. They are tools for a life that can withstand anything. 22nd, if you doubt, that doubt is not a failure but a door. Bring doubts into the light. Ask questions. Seek out those who can help you think and feel clearly. Doubt that pushes you to honesty and humility is useful. Doubt that is used to excuse cruelty or laziness is dangerous. Let your questions bring you closer to truth, not distance you from what is good. 23rd, remember to be kind to yourself. You are loved beyond your understanding. You will make mistakes on the way to becoming whole. When you fall, get up. When you fail, learn. The work of growing is long and patient. Be as kind to yourself as you would be to a friend who is learning to walk. Take the next step. 24th, if you lead others, lead with service. A leader who seeks to be served is not a leader in my sight. Lead by lifting others. When you make rules, let them be just. When you set boundaries, let them protect, not punish. The measure of leadership is how many people are helped, not how many fear you. 25th, keep watch with hope. The future is not a hazard to be cowered before, but a mystery to be met with readiness. Hold your life lightly and your love firmly. Let every action be an answer to the love you have received. Live so that if the hour comes unexpectedly, your heart is full and your hands are busy with good work. My child, I do not want your life to be driven by fear of a single day. I want it to be shaped by constant love. Prepare, yes, but live fully. Speak the truth gently. Love without calculation. Be brave for those who cannot be brave for themselves. If tears come tomorrow, let them be the cleansing kind, tears that make room for a deeper joy. If joy comes, share it. If sorrow comes, let it teach you compassion. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, not because the world may end, but because the light you hold matters right now to someone in the dark. Walk lightly upon the prideful paths of this age. Walk heavily upon the paths of mercy. Be a builder of peace in the places you travel. Be honest with yourself. Speak plainly. Hold fast to love. I am with you in every small moment and every great fear. I see the work of your hands, the cry of your heart, the secret things you hide from others. I do not count your sins to expose you. I count your chances to return. Take this time I have given you and make of it a life that will not be ashamed when the trumpet sounds in whatever way it sounds. Let your goods be used to heal, your words be used to bless, your feet be used to run where mercy calls. Do not waste this breath on things that break you. Use it to mend the broken, to feed the hungry, to sit by the lonely, to say, I love you to those who need to hear it. Do not harden the heart that can still soften. The world needs you to be tender and brave. Will you be both? Why must it end? because not all that began was meant to last forever in its broken form. Some things were lessons, some things were tests, some were the beauty of a season. Seasons change. Winter follows summer, and that cycle brings rest and new green. If everything stayed as it is, there would be no capacity for fullness, no room for repair, no space for healed joy. I do not end things because I delight in loss. I end what cannot become better in its present shape, so that what is true can be made right. There is a goodness in completing a story, in bringing a worn thing to a place where it is mended, or where its end makes room for new life. This is not a waste. It is the wisdom of order. When all comes to a close, only what is aligned with my kingdom will remain. Love that has sought justice, mercy that has refused to harden, acts done quietly for the hungry. These are the measures that matter. The truth is not what you collected, but what you became. Did you grow into compassion? Did you risk comfort to feed a neighbor? Did you turn from lies to truth in your small days? These are not small. They are the currency of the kingdom. The ledger I keep is not a book of splendid titles, but of hands that touched others with care, of mouths that spoke truth, of feet that walked to help. The small things add up. It is frightening for many to think that the crowd of things that fills lives will fade, and so they cling. Clinging makes you smaller. Clinging can also make you cruel. You will hoard, blame, and strike to keep your place. I warn against this because I know the heart that clutches loses the hand that gives. In the last day, the hands that gave will be warmer than the hands that grasped. When the world narrows and the noise dims, your true shape will show. Be not ashamed of what you cannot hold forever. Let go of what weighs you down. Hold to what frees you to love. You ask why only I will matter. I will answer simply, I am the source and the goal. Everything that exists comes from a single beginning, and everything that is healed returns to that same place. Imagine a river flowing from a mountain spring into many streams, making gardens and towns and lives. When the streams find damage and filth, the riverhead still holds the clean water, and the final journey returns many drops to that source. I am that source for souls and for meaning. When all things pass, the return is not empty, it is full of connection. The end is a coming home. Do not hold this as a rule meant only to shame. It is an invitation. If the end will make clear that only what matters is love and justice, then living for those things now becomes an urgent grace. Live as if your life will be counted by kindness. Plant gardens that feed people, not monuments that feed your pride. Speak truth that frees, not words that bind. Befriend the lonely, and do not make your life a ledger of trophies. You will not carry gold into the place that lasts. You will carry the hands you helped and the lives you mended. These are real treasures. There is a practical side to every truth. Prepare your heart with works and your life with love. When people speak of endings, many think first about fear. Fear of loss, fear of pain, fear of the unknown. This fear can be a teacher if you let it push you to rightness. Let fear make you honest. Let it drive you to confess your failures, to set right what you can, to love without calculation. When you tidy your life, do so with humility. Do not seek headlines for your goodness. Do not pretend your work is perfect. Let your actions be quiet and steady. I will speak plainly about hate and harm. If you have been cruel, if you have used others for gain, if you have stood by while injustice grew, know that such choices leave marks that are heavy. The weight of them will not be invisible on the day of endings. You cannot undo what you have done, but you can name it and turn from it. There is room for repair and confession and restitution. If you have stolen from another, return what you can. If you have spread lies, speak the truth now. If you have taken advantage, seek to restore. Small repairs often lead to larger healing. The aim is truth and restoration, not only shame. To the weary who have carried much and received little, I see you. Your reward is not forgotten. Even if you have waited and suffered, your patience matters. The end will set straight many crooked things. Justice is not delayed because it is absent. It is delayed because the scene must be set for its full revelation. When the curtain is pulled, the truth will appear. Hold on to hope. Your small faithful acts are seeds that time will one day gather. Keep doing them. There will be those who scoff, and those who mock the idea of an ending. They will laugh at talk of an only thing that matters. To them I say, the end reveals what was always true. A house that relied on shifting sand will fall. A house built on strong foundations will stand. Mockery does not change the law of seasons. What you build on sand will not stay because it has no root. What you build with mercy, with courage, and with truth has a root that will be remembered even if men forget. Do not be surprised by the mocking voices. They often hide fear or stubbornness. Know this, the kingdom I speak of is not small and not distant. It is not confined to a building or a ritual or an exact language of words. It is the living presence of love made real in human hearts. When you feed the hungry, you touch the kingdom. When you stop a blow with your own body to protect the weak, you have visited the kingdom. When you speak kindness to the one who expects nothing, you have built the kingdom's gate. These acts are simple but mighty. The greatest deeds are often hidden from the crowd. O children of contradiction, you will stumble between fear and comfort. You will want to live fully and also to hide. Choose the path that leaves your hands busy with good. Idle hands feed worry. Busy hands grow courage. When the final day comes, you will not be asked about how careful you were with fear, but whether you used your life to love. That is the only scoreboard that will matter. There is mercy for those who have hardened long ago. The door is never closed to the one who returns. Shame can be heavy, but it is not the final weight. Bring it out into the light and name it. Confession is a doorway. Humility opens walls. It is always better to come as you are than to delay until you are perfect. For perfect is not the requirement, truth is. Turn your face. Make the small gestures that mean change. A call to the one you wronged, a written apology, a changed routine that puts others first. And remember, my presence is not a distant rule book. It is an invitation to a life that sings. The music of that life is mercy, and the refrain is simple. Love your neighbor, seek justice, walk humbly. When you practice these, you are building a life that reaches beyond any end into what lasts. Live so your life can be carried easily into the place I keep. Live simply, love fiercely, serve gladly. Then come the end, come the change. You will stand with hands open and a heart full, and in that openness you will find rest. Go and do the small things well.